Hi, this is Makola Spokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. We are dealing with this great topic of how to develop a tenacity in ministry as a pastor, how to develop tenacity and or a tenacious spirit as a pastor in ministry. And I've said that the reason why we deal with this topic is because ministry is not for mama's babies. Ministry is not easy, and many of the pastors' pillows at night are wet of tears because of the ministry. And they are tired and weary, and some are even feeling like giving up. And their ministries are not affecting only them, but they're affecting also their families. And sometimes a ministry has taken all their time that the families have got no fellowship with them anymore. Sometimes the ministries have taken all their monies from their coffers, and yet they're not actually even getting any cent from the ministry. And that has the difficulties, whereby pastors are actually having children that are being chased away from school because of no school fees while they are dedicated to the ministry. And this is something that many pastors are are going along with. And they are faced with these challenges every day. And we are saying the spirit of tenacity is very important to you as a pastor. But how do you then develop it? Because it's not easy and it's not going easy. And I understand that. And I want to emphasize that I know what you feel and what you're going through. I understand that. And I want to emphasize that because the Lord is with you in this ministry. And this is the assignment of the Lord you need to keep on going on. And that's very, very important why we speak about tenacity in the ministry of God. Now, the first thing that I want to speak about today, if you want to develop tenacity as a man and woman of God, is to practice forgiveness and have a larger heart. Practice forgiveness and have a larger heart. Why we emphasizing this is because there's a lot of people that you need to forgive along the way. Why? Because ministry is full of people that are coming there to suck blood out of you. I'm talking about people that will come, that you will sweat over, people that you will work hard for, people that will sacrifice your living for them, people that you will actually invest money for them, people that you will actually take care of them. You'll sacrifice your sleep and sometimes also sacrifice even your family time for them, but yet they are spiteful against you still. They will backbite you still. They'll stab you at the back still. And they will point you with a finger and say, you are wrong here. And they will blame you for everything that they're going through. These are the people. And I want to emphasize the fact that people then become very challenging because leading people is not easy. But remember, these are the people of God. Of course, God has assigned these people for you to take care of them and to be resilient and to love them despite of what they're doing towards you and to take care of them despite of how you feel about them. Now, this is very important. Now, if you are to do that, you're going to need to practice forgiveness because it's forever irritating to have people that you love the most and take care and sacrifice for, but yet the very same people betray you. How challenging that can be. That is seriously challenging. And many of pastors are harboring unforgiveness today. Many of the pastors are having bitterness today. Why? Because people have beaten them after they've helped the people, after they've sacrificed their own families and monies for the people, but the very same people are actually pointing a finger at the pastor. Now, that is actually what has developed a lot of bitterness in many pastors, and majority would actually be having unforgiveness within their hearts, and they have harbored unforgiveness. We are saying here as Church Governance Solutions, if you are going to develop tenacity and ability to run a ministry without fail, you need to practice forgiveness. You need to develop what we call a large heart or a big heart. Now, any pastor that will do a great work with people must practice forgiveness often because people will step on your toes. And as I said, that people are unpredictable. And as I said, that people are actually very strange because the people, when you love them, you expect them to love you back. Some hate you for loving them. And as people, you speak to them, you are at fault, you keep quiet, you don't talk to them, you're at fault. And everything, I'm sure you would understand as a pastor, that you are being blamed for. And many things are actually being put on your door to say you are the one who's at fault. Some are not coming to church anymore, they are blaming you. Some, you have helped them in their marriages, in their families, and so on. But today, the very same people are pointing a finger of blame at you for anything that happens in their lives. You know what I'm talking about, pastors, and I know that you understand it, and therefore, that we still say, as Church Governance Solutions, practice forgiveness. Because if you don't practice forgiveness and have a big heart, you're going to find it difficult to deal with these people. You need to forgive often. You need to forgive always. You need to forgive every time. So it's very important. You must allow God to touch your heart in this regard. Because forgiveness on your own is not easy. And I'm emphasizing this because many of the offenses that you have taken off, they are genuine, they are real, and it's truth that people have offended you. But despite of people having offended you, we are saying as Church Governance Solutions, practice forgiveness. We are still saying you must allow God to touch your heart and plant the spirit of forgiveness, therefore, inside of your heart. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, God, take away the hearts of stones from us and put in the heart of the Spirit that will make me to be able to forgive. This is a prayer that we need to pray at all times. And as a pastor, you need to keep on praying such prayers because they are very important for you. I'm emphasizing this because I know how hurt many pastors are. I know some of them have actually even given up, and some have actually backslidden and even went back to the shebeens, and they're drinking today because of the challenges that they faced in running a ministry. I'm saying today that develop a spirit of tenacity in you to stand firm even when storms are raging in the ministry. Ministry is not for mama's babies. Ministry is not easy at all. It's not a soft issue. It is something that's difficult to run. And many pastors will tell you how difficult it is. Now, as difficult as it is, develop a spirit of tenacity. So therefore, if you have to do that, you have to allow God to touch your heart and to make sure that God plant a spirit of forgiveness inside of your heart so that you may be able to forgive beyond measure. And you may be able to forgive with difficulty that you're faced with to forgive. You will still be able to forgive. Secondly, learn more about the ministry every day. Now, I want to emphasize the point that you need to learn about the ministry every day. And how do you learn about the ministry every day? I always advise young preachers, young pastors, that please go to the Bible college, go to the Bible school to be taught, because it's very important that you learn what the Word of God says. You need to learn about how to run a ministry. You need to learn on how to articulate ministry. And as Church Governance Solutions, we are also there extending our hands to you and say we are able to come and help you in your church, actually face to face, where we sit down with yourself, with your leadership, we sit down with your church as well, and be able to discuss pertinent issues and assist you on how to run the ministry. So therefore, you need a learning heart to be able to do that. Because there are those that we go and minister to them and assist them in ministry, but because of lack of learning heart, it becomes then difficult for them to articulate that which we have taught to them. And that becomes difficult also for them to see a difference in what we have taught to them and advise them. So please learn more about the ministry every day and have that heart to learn at all given times. And we emphasize in that as a Church Governance Solutions that you need to learn about the ministry. Besides the Bible school, we are saying organizations like Church Governance Solutions, we are there for you. For free, we will actually come to your church and will assist you, and will assist you and your leadership as well on how to run a ministry and learn more about ministry. So you must grow in your knowledge of people as well and the skill to relate well with them. Now, I'm emphasizing the fact that when you are in a ministry, you are dealing with people. So it's going to be very important that you learn them as individuals. You learn what are their skills. You learn what are their talents as well. Because running a ministry is not actually an individual thing. It's not actually yourself to be a jack of all trades and master of nothing. And we've seen pastors that do everything. So you need to involve the people. But if you need to involve the people, you need to know the people. You need to know their skills. You need to know their talents as well. And where are they fitting into the ministry. So therefore, when you allocate, you're going to allocate actually accordingly based on their knowledge, based on the information that they have, based on the background that they have and the skills and all the talents that they have. And you will allocate them based on that. And that's going to help actually the ministry to continue. So learn more about the ministry. Allocate people according to their skills. Learn how to work with different kinds of people in any society. Because remember that it's not only the people that you're working with in the ministry, but you're going to work with the community around the place where your church is. You're going to work with the society as well. And when we talk about the society, you're going to deal with the politicians, you're going to deal with community leaders, you're going to deal as well with industrial leaders around the area as well, which are the business people as well. So you're going to deal with different kinds of people. But as a pastor, it's going to be very important that you are able to deal accordingly with each and every leader or every individual around the community, and including the people that you're working with in the same church. If you are able to start developing that knowledge of knowing how to deal with people, and how to maneuver through situations where people are and in leadership of people, that's going to help you quite a lot. And you're going to be able to develop tenacity in ministry as a pastor. And that's very important because it's not easy when you are not able to deal with people to run a ministry. Because your ministry should be able to align with the community work, to align with what is happening in the community at large, and be able actually to apply that which is in the ministry. Very, very important that we emphasize that, and I believe that that will help you as an individual as well. Now, I want to emphasize that you must make sure as an individual to learn much more about the ministry, and you know the ministry even much more better. I want to end up here today, your host, Mike Spokane, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. Before we check out today, I want to remind you of our Facebook page, Church Governance Solutions. So please like the page, follow the page, and also my Spokane Facebook page, like it, follow it. We have got a YouTube account as well under my Spokane and also under Young Men Empowerment Forum. So please make sure that you follow us there as well, and you subscribe to the YouTube channel, click notification button as well so that you may be informed when we post videos of this kind. Remember, we're still going to deal with part 5 on the very same topic. It will inform you. Remember our TikTok account as well. So please like our TikTok account, my Spokane, and follow us there and make sure that all the materials that we post for you there becomes very, very relevant to your life, and your life shall never be the same again. And before I check out, I want to remind you that we are Church Governance Solutions, and we are a ministry that restores godly order in the house of the orderly God. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.